So, NBA season's coming to an end. We got the MVP race, who is somewhat heating up, but I think it's already predetermined who they think is going to win.
And they shouldn't.
Playoff pictures are forming, and we got about, I think, 8 games left in the regular season. And our team, one team we have in common, me because of player, you because you've been a fan since Kobe. The Lakers are floundering at this point.
Very much so.
AD's been out, LeBron's been out, and besides those two, that team is built horribly.
Yes,
and
it's a bunch of role players.
It's showing at this point because when LeBron got hurt, they was fighting for the 2 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're in the play-in tournament at the 7 as of right now. LeBron's supposed to come back Monday, so hopefully he can work some of his magic, get him out that play-in situation.
Dude, you see what he did there?
So hopefully, he can get him out that play-in tournament situation because, I do want LeBron to rest. But if they have to go through that play-in situation, I have no fear. LeBron as the 7 and 8 seed, the 1 and 2 seeds in the East right now, in the West, are Utah and Phoenix. I'm not scared of either one.
Phoenix has who should be the MVP.
Facts.
Not a fan of him, but Chris Paul. Do they scare me? No, because it's Phoenix.
All right.
But they can shoot the lights out. And if they get hot, you can do nothing with them.
And Devin Booker is a walking bucket.
Definitely.
Let's see. So, like we said, 1 right now is Utah. 2 is Phoenix. 3 is the LA Clippers. 4 is, I believe,
The Clippers.
Denver. 5 is Dallas. 6 is Portland. Then you have the Lakers, Golden State. You have Memphis, and you have the Spurs. Last 4 in the West fighting for the play-in tournament. So out those 4, Golden State, LA, the Memphis Grizz, and San Antonio. Who you think will get in the last spots?
Golden State.
And LA?
Yeah. It's Golden State and the Lakers. I really would prefer, it's going to sound odd, I would prefer my Lakers just not make the playoffs. I get the whole moniker, anything happens, you just got to get there. I do. We're injured. LeBron is older than I am. I can tell y'all my age. If I hit my knee too hard, it hurts for 4 days.
And see, that's the reason why I want them in the playoffs, because LeBron's in year 18. I think LeBron maybe has 3 more years left. So I want him to try to maximize as many chances he can get at the apple of winning the championship. Because right now, I mean, if he is to come out the West, say by chance they come out the West, anybody in the East that really scares me is what? Philly.
Nope.
I'm not scared of Milwaukee because Giannis can't shoot.
Every year in the playoffs, they disappoint you.
I mean, Boston has been terrible this year.
Yep.
Brooklyn is, as much as we hyped up them being a super team at the beginning of the year after the James Harden trade, they haven't been playing together. I think they may have played a combined total of 20 games together, those 3. So, and KD's been hurt.
Yep.
James Harden's been hurt.
Yep.
Kyrie, who knows? He may go on a mental sabbatical at any point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. His mental is hurt.
So, I mean, I'm really not. This will be the year, I think, if LeBron can get in there, they can go. If they can get out of the West, they can win the championship.
That's the problem. I don't think they get out the West. And the playoffs is a different beast. If they know LeBron is hurt, they gonna game plan the entire series. Bump LeBron, bump AD, make it uncomfortable. Go get healthy, come back year 19, win you a chip, and do this. Do this for me. Leave on top. I really want somebody to leave on top and just stay gone.
See, I don't think that's gonna be on LeBron game plan.
It won't.
Because he's trying to wait till Bron again.
I know.
He want to play at least one with his son. I mean, you can't help but respect that.
Yeah, I love it. And
so,
they where they're gonna play.
The Mecca. I think they're going to New York. Honestly.
I think they're gonna play in Cleveland.
Hell no.
Watch.
Not Dan Gilbert. I can't see LeBron going back again.
Watch.
Let's see. So, if you don't think LA's coming out, well, the real LA team, the Lakers coming out.
Factual.
Who you got coming out?
I think it's Dame time this year.
I hope so. Because
I think it's Dame time.
I do hope so because it was reports coming out if they don't go far, Terry Scott could be fired from Portland, and they're looking at Jason Kidd. So
we need Kidd. We need Kidd to stay where he at, cause
Frank Vogel is a.
I'm gonna let him say it.
Frank Vogel is a.
We know Jason Kidd is the coach.
Because look at this, you lose. Yes, you lose your 2 top players, but any somewhat decent coach can coach up the role players, to do what they're supposed to do. Frank Vogel's been exposed.
Yeah, we just need Jason Kidd to understand you can't spill soda on the court. Once he understands that concept, they're gonna let Frank Vogel go. I think he's still doing it at practice.
It's a smart timeout. If you ain't got timeouts, I give him that. I mean, I do like to pick a Dame and CJ because they are gelling at the right time.
Yep.
But if LA, the Lakers, aren't to come out the West, I do think maybe Phoenix. Because Chris Paul, that's who I want to win the MVP, by the way. I think it's going to be Jokic, but I think I want Chris Paul to win it. Because that turnaround he's done with Phoenix, and we got to give Chris Paul his flowers.
And I'm not even a fan, but that man has turned that team around.
He does this every year he goes to a new team.
Don't do that.
Okay, when he went to the Clippers, they were dookie.
Okay.
Turned them around, made them.
They were still dookie.
But they made him.
All that in Steph Curry face doing all this, and then Steph came and just knocked your ass out.
Forget stuff. Okay, he went to OKC. They were getting like a 0.5% chance to get the playoffs. They made the playoffs. He went to Houston. Until he got hurt, they was really about to beat that Golden State team.
You don't know that because it didn't happen.
The rain was on the wall.
Didn't happen.
James Harden wasn't having his usually playoff blunders, and then Chris Paul, it always hurts the hamstring. So let me rephrase that. So if Chris Paul can stay healthy, I think Phoenix will come out the West.
And stop hitting people in their area.
Yeah, stop doing that. But if that's not to happen, and this is gonna sound weird, could the Clippers do it?
I just can't. It's the Clippers. Like, how can you? The NBA champions, Los Angeles Clippers.
Like, that don't even sound right. And then
Oh.
Paul George is hooping right now, but we know what happens in the playoffs. He turns into Pandemic P.
Absolutely. And I used to be the biggest fan of him in Indiana.
He was cold in Indiana.
Then he wanted to change his number to 13 so he can be called PG-13. Then he called himself Playoff P. Like, bro, you doing too much, and no, it's not you.
So we talked about the West. Out the East, who do you think come out of the East?
Out of the East, that's tough because the East is disgusting and not in a good way. I don't even know. Because Brooklyn obviously is the obvious choice.
Right.
Really, when it boils down to it, I think it's gonna be Philly. Because Philly can slow the game down and they can feed a big man if need be. Then they also can do tempo with Simmons if need be.
All right. I do like that team in Philly. Now, I do have a dark horse team. I think it come out the East, out the dungeons.
Say it, because I think I wanted to say it.
The New York Knicks are back.
I wanted to say it.
Julius Randle, most improved player in the league. Knicks tape.
Okay.
Look, they're not built to win it all right now, but I think they can make some noise. Because right now they're like at the 4 seed. They play the Hawks the first round. They should.
That's a W.
They should get rid of the Hawks. And then they play I think Brooklyn. No.
Do you remember how tight I was when the Lakers traded Randle?
Yes.
Like, I've been a Randle fan since Kentucky. Listen, LA, I love y'all. Y'all see what that boy doing.
And then sometimes, and this is what we talking about somewhat off camera, like what we were talking about in the NFL. Sometimes, like, if players don't produce in the first couple of years, teams want to get rid of you.
Mm-hmm.
And, going back to the NFL for a quick moment, Aaron Rodgers to Denver, part of that deal was getting rid of Drew Lock. I think Drew Lock is a good quarterback.
I put it on for my city. Green Bay is your city.
And that's the same thing that happened with Julius Randle. He went from LA to New Orleans. New Orleans didn't want to resign him, went to the Knicks. And, like, he's been putting in work. Like, that first year with the Knicks was kind of tough. He was still learning his role. But this year under Thibodeau, like, he's exploded.
Another level.
He, low-key, he's not going to, I think he'll probably place like 4th or 5th, but he's going to be in the MVP race.
As he should.
definitely should win Most Improved Player.
Yep.
But Julius Randle hooping, and I know that sounds crazy, but the Knicks
got something.
The Knicks got something. They built something. James Dolan, don't fuck this up, please. Look, the Knicks have been reveling. I'm 30. I think maybe 6 years of my life. Out of 30, they've been good. The Patrick Ewing years, 99 when they went to the finals.
Boy, that 99 squad, boy. For me being a Lakers fan, I can name you. Chris Childs and Charlie Ward split duties at point guard, rotating, starting.
2-piece for Kobe?
Kobe was young. But he hit him with a mean one. But Kobe came back, he wasn't quick enough. Nah. Then you had the shooting guard, Allen Houston.
Cold.
Then you had Sprewell. Then you had Marcus Camby. Right. And you had LJ Larry Johnson. Them boys had they had a squad in 99.
So you got them, and then you got a couple of years with Melo. Well, they ain't really do too much, but you know,
it was New York though. It was like you had
it
to
was
watch.
live.
Yeah.
It was live. So I mean, Julius Randle, they revive right now. Hopefully, some free agents go there, and you know they can help build. But I think the Knicks can make some noise this year in the playoffs. But that's a dark horse team to come out of the playoffs. But who do I think coming out of the playoffs? Out the East, Philly. I don't trust Brooklyn because they haven't had time to gel and everybody stay hurt. I don't trust Giannis in the playoffs because he can't shoot. Boston, like I said, has been terrible. And I mean, everybody else is really...
Miami, they got lucky. I can't say they got lucky. They got hot at the right time.
And you know what? They have been bit by COVID. So maybe that's a team who can upset a couple of people in the playoffs. Because with Bam and Jimmy, I'm not going to count on Jimmy. But maybe. But we kind of hinted at this conversation. We need to go ahead and get into it. MVP.
Okay.
Look, the MVP needs to be defined by the NBA. Like,
definitely does.
Is it who has the best statistical years or who is the most valuable player on that team? You take this player off this team goes to shit.
And us not being talking heads by paid people, they always say, well, somebody in the 8th seed or the 7th seed shouldn't get it. That's a piece of bull.
Right.
If you are the best player, most valuable means you take me off of this team does nothing. You do that to Phoenix
with Chris Paul, they're back in the lottery where they
yes.
I know. Look, we both Lakers fans. Well, I'm a LeBron.
Thank you. Let's clear that up.
You're a Lakers fan. LeBron. I mean, you can make a case for LeBron being this year's MVP. I mean, I know he's missed a little bit, like 15 games.
You can make a case for Steph Curry being MVP.
I can quickly dismantle that case if y'all would like me to. But
disrespect.
I mean, they're gonna give it to Jokic, and yes, Jokic is a lot for that Denver team. And I mean, he has stepped up. When Jamal Murray tore his ACL, it was expected for them to just plummet, and for them to stay somewhat even where they've been at. You can respect that for Jokic, but I mean, like MVP, that don't sound right. Like Chris Paul being MVP, that sounds right. Like it's a certain echelon of player that an MVP is.
Like, I know. Yeah, I can't.
Can you picture Jokic?
I can't even see him getting an award and giving the speech for it.
Like right. So, and don't let him mess around and pull a Dirk.
Was Dirk the last
MVP to go home in the first round?
No, the last MVP not this shade.
I think so. Well, did Steve Nash win after him?
Ooh.
It was
Steve Nash because he stole 2 of Kobe's.
Chill, bro.
He did. Kobe was fighting some stuff.
I'll give him
Kobe was fighting stuff.
That rape charge.
Allegation. Don't be disrespectful. Allegation.
Oh,
she wanted money.
My bad, Kobe. And Vanessa.
It was after because Dirk wanted the year they won the title. Right? Didn't he?
Nah.
When did Dirk win it? I think
it was
Dirk.
the year of the We Believe Golden State team with Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes, Baron Davis.
That was 08, wasn't it?
07.
07. So Yeah, Dirk was the last one.
to go home. So
No, the last, not this one too.
well,
Cause Nash won him prior to.
yeah. So I mean, Jokic could be the next, not this one, and also the next one to go home in the first round, because
Golden State gonna beat him.
what? No, Golden State's not even making the playoffs.
Golden State gonna beat him.
Nah, but